This is Waitakere, Fiji, and it's also the OFC Champions League. Group A getting underway at Churchill Park in Waitakere. It's Kiwi Football Club of Samoa up against former champions, two times champions, Waitakere United of New Zealand. This broadcast brought to you by Court, Sports World and Vodafone, supporters of the Fiji FA, and also our partners, UNICEF, the Ministry of Health, and of course ourselves, OFC, promoting the Kick Dengue Out of Fiji project. So we're just moments away from the start of this match.
Defenders doing, tackling each other, that's what. Well, Krishna, the first Fijian to play in a senior FIFA tournament.
So, match day 3 and the start of Group A, the start of the OFC Champions League journey for two clubs with very contrasting histories. Waitakere United, former champions in 2007-2008. It's been a long time between championship titles for the West Aucklanders, and for Kiwi of Samoa, it's their first match in the OFC Champions League proper since 1999. Ironically enough, their first bow in the Champions League was in Fiji, but it was an experience that the club would rather forget. They were heavily beaten by AS Venus of Tahiti and Nandi of Fiji, 14-1 and 13-0. They'll be hoping that they can deliver a performance that puts that memory to bed, but they've got their work cut out against this team, Waitakere United. Well, there is a minute's silence for those who lost their lives in the Solomon Islands flood disaster, and a most poignant moment for Benjamin Tatori, who's returned to Waitakere United. Tatori has the sad news that some of his relatives are missing. So an impeccably observed minute silence, as we've seen over the past two match days. And I spoke with Benjamin Tatori, who's in your picture there, and he said it's just unbelievable, the devastation in Honiara. And of course, the fact that some loved ones are missing certainly does not help. The Kiwi FC side also has a Solomon Islands presence. Michael Fifi, who is better known for his exploits with Canterbury United in New Zealand's ASB Premiership, is turning out for the Samoan club. And fortunately for Michael Fifi and his family, everybody is accounted for. So it's really a David and Goliath battle, to use a well-worn cliche, but it's true enough when you look at the record of Kiwi in this competition. 2 games, 2 losses. The They're up against a Waitakere United side that have dominated in New Zealand. 4 of the last 5 New Zealand titles have gone to them. And they've played 45 matches in the Champions League since they first entered in 2007, winning 24, 11 draws and just 10 defeats. It's an intimidating set of statistics to bring to this competition. 95 goals they've scored on their travels, conceding just 53. That's only just over a goal a game. And they haven't had their domestic issues to seek. It was a season of rebuilding under co-coach Paul Temple and Brian Shelley. They set an ASB Premiership record of 4 championships in a row before dipping out in the semi-finals in New Zealand as Auckland City romped to the title. So we have some upcoming matches. Solomon Warriors taking on AS Pire later today. That's 4 o'clock. AS Dragon up against Auckland City. That's an absolutely mouth-watering fixture on Friday. And we're up to Govan Park and Bar tomorrow as they take on Tawhia, 2 teams with 1 win each. That should be a cracker. You can see the picture of the standings in Group B and Group C. Auckland City at the top, Amicale in second, and Group C, as I said, Bar and Tawhia leading the way there. And the team list, there's some familiar names and not so familiar names. Jamie Mason, Michael Fifi, as I mentioned. The skipper, Barry Lewis, has played for Young Heart Manawatu. He's based in Wellington in his winter football. He'll form an interesting centre-half partnership with Andrew Setafano, who is the only player in their lineup with Champions League experience. 2 games, 2 matches, 2 goals. For Waitakere United, there are plenty of players in there with experience. Benjamin Tatori, the top goal scorer in this competition with 19 strikes in 32 games. Jake Butler, 32 matches as well. And they will be expected to really put Kiwi under a stern examination. Goals are all important. Remember, the group winners advance to the semi-finals along with the best placed runner-up. And there is a feeling around this competition that Kiwi are going to be targeted for goals. We shall see. Here's Tatori. Always dangerous out on this right-hand side. He's clipped one through. Barry Lewis picks it up for Kiwi. Well, I would expect this Kiwi side, although they are a bit of a throw-together group, to improve on past performances. Here's Fifi. Solomon Island has a go, and, well, it was a terrible shot, but positive nonetheless. Waitakere in a rebuilding phase. 5 debutants in this side. Hache Reniga, Aaron Jones, Tom Biss, Sam French and Joel Stevens have never previously played OFC Champions League football before. This is Butler. Brian Shelley looking to bring Tatori into things. That's a good ball. Nice touch as well, but offside. So Kiwi qualified for this competition by virtue of winning the OFC Champions League preliminary tournament in American Samoa last year. They won all 3 games, beating Tupapa Marairenga of Cook Islands, Lotua Hapai of Tonga, and Pango Youth of American Samoa. Their side was bolstered by the presence of FIFA World Cup all-white Andy Barron and Adam Cowan of Team Wellington was also part of the group. And they have gone for signing policy that does seem to be centred around bringing in as many foreign players as possible. So a free kick for Waitakere. Tom Biss, who had a spell with the Wellington Phoenix before moving back to Hawke's Bay, hoists it in to the far post. Some pushing and shoving spotted. The referee for today's game is Narwin Hopkin of Vanuatu. And Tavita Makasini and Stephen Singer are the assistant referees, and Norbert Huata is the fourth official. Here's Setafano. Chooses to go long, looking for Sahara. That's given straight to Tristan Prattley. Sam Matthews. Can't locate French, but no harm done. It's back with Matthews. Aaron Jones. Well, patience will be required from Waitakere. They are expected to win by an avalanche of goals. And they had one or two domestic hiccups in the ASB Premiership this season. They struggled to find the form that they enjoyed over the 4 previous seasons under coach Neil Emblin. There were a number of players who departed the squad, Roy Krishna the most notable. Ryan de Vries also headed across Auckland to Auckland City. And Waitakere have lost 3 key figures as well. Jordan Loudon, the Scottish midfielder, not in this squad. Richie Cardozo also absent. And All Whites left back Ian Hogg is no longer with the club. Tristan Prattley is a good replacement to have. Very experienced former Otago United player, Joel Stevens, who makes his Champions League bow today. Also made his name with Otago United. Of course, they're now known as Southern United. Waitakere United bench in your picture. So we're in the 6th minute. Kiwi 0, Waitakere United 0. Well, there's some sort of delay taking place here. Not entirely sure what's going on. Narwin Hopkin is consulting with the 4th official, Norbert Huata. Much ado about nothing, perhaps. Strong header by Reniga. He's really come on in leaps and bounds, Harshe Reniga. Lots of pace and a willingness to get forward in attack, and he's really started to make that right back position very much his own. Alex Solomon's arrived from the Phoenix in the domestic season and looked as though he might be a shoo-in for that spot in the Waitakere lineup, but Harshe Reniga has emerged as the man with the shirt. So a free kick for Kiwi. Away by Prattley. Fifi is under it. Now to Tory. Sam French giving chase. And Lewis gets in there. Well, the weather here has played a part. It's been hovering around the 30-degree mark. Well, we're told that one of the assistant referees has pulled a hamstring. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. Oh, that's a poor touch. Can Waitakere make something of this? Here's Tom Biss, played it wide to Prattley. Now Prattley's got a really good delivery off this left foot. He's clipped one in. And Narwan Hopkin has halted play. It looks like Barry Lewis has taken a knock. Well, Barry Lewis played for Young Heart Manawatu in a very unsuccessful Manawatu side. They really struggled under Stu Jacobs, I think it was. But we'll have a look at the situation. Oh, and that's Barry Lewis's shoulder. It doesn't look good, to be honest. He's unable to move it. So Kiwi temporarily down to 10. There'll be some reorganisation required of that back four. Gerald Sale and Jimmy Hosahita for the moment without their skipper. Jake Butler might fancy a shot from distance, and he doesn't catch it. And Masi Tuoitu is untroubled. Lewis is back, thankfully for Kiwi. So both sides have some competitive cobwebs to get out of their system. The ASB Premiership semi-final was played on Sunday 9th of March, which is just about a month ago, and it's very difficult to keep things ticking over for a month with friendlies and training sessions, so we may see this Waitakere side take a little while to pull everything together. Here's Tatori, might fancy a run. And good defending from Kiwi. They've looked solid so far. Fifi. Interesting ball played forward. Linton Dawara is the lone striker for Kiwi. They're playing a 4-5-1 formation. Setafano, Fifi. Matthews wins that midfield tussle. He's a tough competitor, Sam Matthews. Biss for Stevens. Sam French running into the box. So is Tatori. Gets to the byline and cut out by Setafano. Well, Kiwi are doing their best to keep this Waitakere side at bay. Just wonder how long that can last, and maybe they can hit Waitakere on the counter-attack. Here's Fifi. Jamie Mason's knocked to the ground, and a free kick for the Samoan club champions. This is Lewis. Headed by Prattley. Matthews. Jones. Matthews into Sam French. It's a good ball by French. It's going to ask a question of Toitu. Read it well, the veteran goalkeeper. And it's just moments like that that reveal Kiwi's inexperience at this level. There was no real need to go for a long kick upfield. Now Waitakere have it through Tatori, who has been playing some exhibition matches. He was flown to Vanuatu last week to play in a friendly, along with Sil Soroman, the former Vanuatu international. And typically in Benjamin Tatori's style, he managed to get on the score sheet, as you would expect. Certainly must be a difficult ask for Benjamin Tatori to be here in some respects, given the situation back home. And I have commented before how that disaster has affected all of us in the Oceania football community when you consider how many Solomon Islanders have played for teams all around the Pacific, from Auckland City to Waitakere United, Hikari, Amicale of Vanuatu, and Kiwi of Samoa, of course. Well, so far so good for Kiwi. 14 minutes gone, Kiwi 0, Waitakere United 0. This is Shelley. Jake Butler dropping into the back line for Waitakere. Matthews. Butler again, who won the first of his All Whites caps last season, headed away by Setafano. Jarrell Sale manages to get it clear. Matthews, French, trying to use his physique to get through. He's given possession up. And this is where Brian Shelley's dangerous. Sometimes he goes on these forays forward, trying to throw the lines out of the opposition. Prattley's ball in. It's decent. Chance. Good save by Toiatu. And a let-off for Kiwi. But that's the quality that Tristan Prattley brings from that left-hand side. That has to go down as a real chance for Waitakere United. Or Sahita's ball for Fifi. Matthews. Butler. Waitakere United just about to get into their stride. You get the feeling that that effort from the Tristan Prattley cross may just provide some inspiration. Joel Stevens is clear. Cuts it back, intended for Tatori. Barry Lewis read it well. This is Butler again. Harshay Reniga on the overlap, takes a deflection. It's with Toiatu. Danny Robinson with a rare touch of the ball. It's Robinson's 27th OFC Champions League appearance. He's the most capped goalkeeper in the competition history by quite some distance. Good ball for Prattley. Now what can he produce from the cross? Goes deep, but it's hit too far. Yuta Sahara battling away. Japanese player. Here's Tatori, dancing his way through, can't get the pass away. Kiwi again have survived. It's blanket defending. Jamie Mason with a switch of play. Intercepted by Reniga. Now he's got Stevens on his right. He tried to punch it through the channel for Tatori. Like Roy Krishna, Benjamin Tatori does like to play on the shoulder of defenders and attack long passes. Lewis gets a hurry up. It's back with Waitakere. Can they punish Kiwi? Butler's made a good run. Chance for Waitakere, cuts inside. Sam French, saved by Toiatu, and it's off the line. Great defending from Kiwi. They've put themselves in trouble, but somehow they've got out of jail. Can you believe it? The danger not over yet. Tatori, long range shot, but it's well wide. Look at this. Butler kept his head. He just managed to find French, who forced the save off Toitu, and then the other effort was off the line. So plenty of encouragement there for Waitakere United. They know that they're going to get opportunities if Kiwi continue to give the ball away in key areas like that. We saw yesterday Nandi struggle with Auckland City giving up two very similar chances, and there's a problem here. French with a good shot, and it's in the back of the net. That's a good goal. 19 minutes gone. Waitakere have the lead. And it's the first goal in the OFC Champions League career for French. Setafano was underneath it. That first touch was excellent. The second was even better. And Toitu could do nothing about it. Tatori gives the ball away. This is Dawara. Jarrell Sale. Back to his goalkeeper. Toitu. Straight to Matthews though. Stevens. Now Butler. Plays it wide to Tatori. This is where Tatori is so dangerous. He's past one. Past two. And if Barry Lewis arrives, no. It's a shot. Good save by Toitu. Look at this. He was surrounded by players. Tatori. And Joel Stevens shot straight at the goalkeeper. Jones opts to the long ball, trying to find Tatori. Good touch from him. And his cross is harmless. Hoisted back into Waitakere territory. Tristan Prattley does well to deal with it. Well, fitness could come into the equation here. Samoa and its domestic competition is a lot younger than the ASB Premiership. A number of games fewer. A lot of these Waitakere United players will have had back-to-back seasons as well with winter clubs over the past 12 to 18 months to keep themselves ticking over. Michael Fifi, who was the mainstay of this Kiwi side, is something of a fringe item, or he has been at least at Canterbury United. More of an impact player off the bench than a starter. And yet he's starting here as the go-to player. Won well by Lewis. It's still with Waitakere. Matthews goes long. And the offside flag is up. Tatori pops up on the right flank. Threads a pass through for French. Lewis over to cover. Kiwi with some defending to do. Reniga. French. Tatori. Chance for the shot, and it's high over the crossbar. Have a look here. First time effort. And not striking through the ball, leaning back, and you saw the end result. Well, that's drawn Robinson off his line. It's just a moment's hesitation there that could have proved fatal. And that's what Waitakere have to be cautious about, is having so much of the ball and putting all the pressure on Kiwi, and just something out of nothing that catches them out. And another offside given. Well, Kiwi really struggling to link play up in the top third. They're giving the ball away a lot to Waitakere United, and they've got to use it better than that. Here's an opportunity. What can they produce? Jamie Mason, Fifi. Well won by Jones. And here's a problem for Kiwi. Tatori, pass one. Goes past Andrew Setefano, but Setefano gets a foot in. French is at the far post. Butler going forward. And the shot off target from Joel Stevens. Fifi. There's another example of it. They just can't hold on to the ball, Kiwi. They're defending well enough. It'll be interesting to see how this Kiwi squad travel over the course of the 3 matches in 9 days. Apart from the OFC Champions League preliminary, this would be the most number of fixtures that this club has played in such close proximity, particularly at this standard of play. Mason, and he strikes it straight into the back of Fifi. It's with Biss. Matthews, Tatori now dropping into the middle. Hoisted forward, Barry Lewis with the header. Again, Kiwi players getting into trouble. Biss taking on this Kiwi defence, still going. Stevens made a run to the near post. Biss has had to check back onto his right foot, clipped in. "28 minutes have been played, or in the 28th minute. Kiwi 0, Waitakere United 1. Sam French is the difference between the two teams so far. Matthews, Prattley, he's on his right foot here, he's probably going to offload it, he does. Butler, Reniga's made a run just in behind the left back position, it's clipped forward for Tatori. Tries to check onto that right foot, chance for Matthews, and it's over the top. Tori loves to get onto that right foot. He spotted Matthews on the edge of the box, and Matthews couldn't get it on target. In fairness to Matthews, he's not recognised as the most prolific of goal scorers. Today is his 10th match in the OFC Champions League, Sam Matthews. He has featured heavily for Waitakere United last season when he came into the squad under former coach Paul Marshall. Solid but unspectacular. He keeps things ticking over in this Waitakere United midfield. Here he is again with space to move into. Spots Prattley. First time cross rejected by Barry Lewis. Jamie Mason. Fifi giving chase. Aaron Jones has to get a move on. Well, a reminder of the games that were played yesterday. Auckland City defeated Nandi 3-0. There's a free kick for Waitakere United. But if you saw that match and you're wondering about the health of Angel Belanga, as we see Stevens slaloming through this Kiwi defence, he got clipped by Jamie Mason. Apparently Belanga's leg is not broken. That is what we understand from information inside the Auckland City camp. So what can Waitakere United make of this free kick? Over the top. Kiwi have only had one opportunity in this half, and it came in the opening minute from Michael Fifi. He shot from 35-40 metres out, and it was way off target. They've been surviving on scraps. Here's Mason. Setafano. This is the problem. It's Kiwi trying to get on the ball and do something creative with it. You can't fault their shape. They've stood up quite well to this Waitakere United side so far. Oh, good touch from Tatori. Has a shot. Oh, and it's in. Tatori's 20th goal in the OFC Champions League. And Waitakere United second of the day. They're well on their way now. He had an opportunity to slide the ball into Sam French, but he took it himself, and the goalkeeping was pretty average. And the West Aucklanders 2-0 up. Thanks to that man there, Benjamin Tatori. Part of the Waitakere side that won the 2008 OFC club title. Alongside Jake Butler, who actually scored in that final against Costa in the second leg. Played in by Prattley, good ball. Toyatu copes with it at the second time of asking. But he will rush these clearances, Toyatu. Every time he's doing it, it's going straight to a white shirt and putting Kiwi under more pressure. Prattley's taken out late off the ball by Mike Seilfinger. And Nolan Hopkin, the referee's going to have a word here to Mike Seilfinger. Tristan Prattley's going to need some attention. He doesn't look in good condition. Well, the humidity today is 66%, and you can see the players taking on refreshments. It is somewhat overcast, and we are told that we can expect some rain over the next couple of days. So the New Zealanders doing it comfortably at the moment. 2 goals to the good. Sam French and Benjamin Tatori, the goal scorers. Prattley spots Tatori. First touch not too good. Tatori brought down by Jimmy Hasuhita. You can see here he grabbed an opportunity to just pull Tatori back, and this is in a really good position for Waitakere. I wonder if Jake Butler fancies a crack. Tristan Prattley and Tom Biss are standing over the ball. You can see Benjamin Tatori just off to the left of your picture. They could slip a pass in through there. There's 5 in the wall. And 4 Waitakere United players in the penalty area. Biss. Oh, wasn't bad. And a good save, a regulation save really for Toyota. This is Jones. Back to Robinson. Voted ASB Premiership Goalkeeper of the Decade, Danny Robinson, for his exploits with Waikato OFC and Waitakere United. He's got over 100 domestic appearances as well. So there's going to be a replacement of assistant referees. Stephen Senga of the Solomon Islands is withdrawn. We'll just find the name for you of his replacement. Here's Prattley. Good run by Biss. He's going to need some help. Where's it coming from? Tatori's made a darting run forward. Waitakere United content to just circulate possession. Try and probe for openings. Butler drops in to pick up possession. Reninga, Shelley. Prattley. Here's Tatori against Hosohita. Prattley keeps going. He's beyond the defender. Can he get a cross in? Well, the defender goes to ground easily enough. Tatori. Comfortable one for Toyota again. Mason. Fifi. Once again, Kiwi choking up possession in the top third. They just can't get the better of this Waitakere United midfield and defence. In the 39th minute, Kiwi 0, Waitakere United 2. Everything going to plan for co-coach Paul Temple. First time ball into the box. French tries to lay it on for Butler, and Kiwi repel the attack. They're on the counter. Dawara gets a free kick. Linton Dawara, Solomon Islander. Reninga with a rather awkward clearance, so a corner for Kiwi. This could be their best opportunity to score of the first half. Hoisted in, easy one for Danny Robinson. He's had to be the picture of concentration today. He hasn't had a lot to do. Decides to go long. Hosohita. Setafano. Hosohita again. Lewis. Toyatu. Jones puts it back into the mix. Tom Biss. Mason robs him of the ball and collects it on the other side. Releases Lionel Taylor. We haven't seen much of him. Well, it was a better phase of play for Kiwi. Moved the ball quickly. They found a channel to lock it into the front man, but they haven't been able to take advantage of it in any meaningful way. Oh, and there's a bit of a hurry up. Lionel Taylor tried to shut down Danny Robinson, and that's the sort of mistake that Waitakere United will be vulnerable to. They've enjoyed so much of the ball, and so much of play has been unfolding in the Kiwi half, in the Kiwi top third, that every now and then they can just switch off if they're not careful. Here's Taylor. That's a good ball through, and Danny Robinson, not for the first time, has to rush out of his penalty box to do some sweeping. Jamie Mason. Dawara. Michael Fifi. Mikey Salfinger tried to be clever with it. And Brian Shelley read it like a book. He's picked it up. Now Prattley. Away by Gerald Sale. Sale on the ball again. And a free kick for Jake Butler. Bundled over in the centre of the park. No hard feelings between he and Lionel Taylor. Tatori's popped up on the right flank. Tries to take on Yuta Sahara, but can't beat him. Well, one of the other dangers is for Waitakere United is that they just drop their standards playing against inexperienced opposition. Got to try and keep the tempo high and move the ball quickly. And to do so consistently against a team that perhaps at times takes options or does things that you're not used to seeing teams do, it can knock a superior side off its stride somewhat.
AJ, open your body, AJ. Yes, straight.
Like yourself, finger with the throw. Give it away to Prattley, who in turn knocks the clearance out. Kiwi throw. French. Good opportunity to counter-attack. French, he's got Tatori to his right, Stevens to his left. Still going, Sam French. Tom Biss arrives to lend a hand. Now Matthews. Butler, his 33rd game in the Champions League today. Jake Butler. Reniga, look at the pace on Reniga. So a minimum of 1 minute additional time to be played. Good header by Shelley. Fifi. Mason. And another counter-attack for Waitakere United. Tatori away. Cut out by Lewis. There it is. Half-time whistle blown with Waitakere United 2-0 up thanks to goals by Sam French and Benjamin Tatori. It's clear there's a couple of teams out there that are just shaking themselves loose in their first game in this competition. Plenty of room for improvement from both. Always difficult to play against a side that you are expected to beat heavily. And Kiwi, in fact, had the first chance of the game. It was from Michael Fifi. You can see there he's only just got the ball over halfway, and then he had that shot. Waitakere United had an opportunity. It was a great ball in from Tristan Prattley. Toyatu came out to try and deal with it. And fortunately, he was there right at the last moment to block Jake Butler's effort. Butler was involved in this move that Sam French should have scored perhaps. But it was a great goal line clearance by Barry Lewis that kept Kiwi in the game. However, just a moment later, Masi Toyatu's goal kick would result in the ball ending up back where it started almost straight away. Setafano got a foot on this, and look at how Sam French deals with it. Great touch there, and then the second touch was perfect, and Waitakere were 1-0 up. It was a sublime piece of skill from Sam French, and an OFC Champions League debut goal for him. Tatori got involved, as we expected that he would. He cuts inside Hosohita. There's the shot. Barry Lewis perhaps blocked Masi Toyatu's line of sight, but the goalkeeping wasn't particularly special. He he should have been expected to stop that. So half time, and it's Waitakere United 2, Kiwi FC 0. Rejoin us very shortly for the second half.
It means the world to these boys, and we've been trying real hard. Excellent defending, that's brilliant defending. So done it well.
So welcome back to Churchill Park in Lautoka. Half-time in the game between Waitakere United and Kiwi. The New Zealand side are 2 goals up and looking very good for an opening day victory. And some hardy souls have joined us for the first game of today. They've seen one very good goal from Sam French and another from Benjamin Tatori. So we're on match day 3, but we can take this opportunity to reflect on some of the goals from yesterday's action. This move, wonderful pass from Jack Wetney, and the finish from Francois Sakama was absolutely superb. You can see how he got round the back of his opponent, and then that left foot shot rifled into the top of the net. Nicole Roche didn't have much of a chance with it. And you can see there the delight of the Vanuatu supporters, the Amakel supporters. First half it was suicidal defending by Nandi that led to the first goal. Moriera just cut inside his defender and beat Benavidio at the near post. Tamajesi was foxed as Moriera showed how adept he was off both feet. You can see Benavidio didn't have much of a chance when the ball was given away and his defence just opened up. And then Daewoo Kim, this looked to be all over, and then this sort of defending is not going to win you titles, but Daewoo Kim deserves praise for his perseverance. It looked a lost cause, but what was Benavidio and Vatoniu doing? At half-time about that. So an OFC Champions League debut goal to leave his mark on Tammy Williams. That wasn't picked up, and then this goal was an absolute joy to behold. De Vries clipped it in, Ja Moriera spotted Tade, gently played the header down, and the finish was so typically Tade. So some fantastic goals scored yesterday, and Auckland City sitting top of their group alongside Amical. Tawhaya and Bar leading proceedings in their group as well. Waitakere United look as though they're destined for the top of Group A. Kiwi FC have got their work cut out. They haven't really created much. They had one corner in the first half and a long-range shot from Michael Fifi, but that was as close as it came. So let's look back on the goals scored in this fixture. The first one, the clearance from Masi Toyatu. It bounced around in midfield. Sam Matthews put this speculative ball forward, and Setafano got a foot on it. Great touch from Sam French. With the right foot, the left foot, all in one stride. Turned into a well-struck dipping volley, and Masi Toyatu couldn't get anywhere near it. Benjamin Tatori grabbed his 20th goal in Champions League history, just tucking it in the near post. Hosohito couldn't keep up with him. He found the space and the time. He struck it well enough to beat the goalkeeper. 2-0 for Waitakere. There is Linton Dawara. He hasn't had much of the ball today, Linton Dawara. I just get the feeling that the best opportunity for Kiwi is going to come from a lapse in concentration from Waitakere. Although credit to Kiwi, this is far removed from their first appearance in the OFC Champions League 15 years ago, where they gave up 27 goals in just 2 games. They only trailed by 2 here, and they have had a decent shape about them. They've defended pretty well. Given how rarely they've seen much of the ball. So just moments away from a restart. Dawara and Fifi to get us underway again. Good turn by Lionel Taylor. So Kiwi have a free kick to start the second half with. Jamie Mason is the player that seems to make everything tick for Kiwi. Speculative ball played in the behind for Mike Salfainger, and a goal kick results. Although Kiwi have had 15 years since their last taste of Champions League action, they're not the last Samoan club to play in this competition. That was Tatavi back in 2001. And Tatavi actually managed to get themselves 2 wins from their 4 games. It wasn't enough to get them through to the semi-finals. Nevertheless, that was 13 years ago since a Samoan club won a match at this level. That was a very risky way to treat the ball by Jamie Mason. Fifi. Good turn by Taylor. Tried to link it through for Yuta Sahara. Well, they really do have to get after this Kiwi side, Waitakere. They don't want to really come out of this game with just a 2-0 win. That might be seen as something of a letdown in the wash-up of this particular group. AS Pire would be considered the favourites, I think. They're made up of most of the Tahitian national team and beach soccer team that played at the World Cup last year. And Waitakere don't want to find themselves in a situation where their goal difference comes back to haunt them. Biss, Hache Reniga, Stevens. Reniga's going to get ahead of Taylor and Mason. Prattley to Tory. Well, I've tightened up the marking on Tory, but he's evaded the defence. Away by Lewis. Jones all the way back to Robinson. Goals can always come in flurries. There's no need for Waitakere United to feel any sense of panic. Got a firm grip on this game. It just seems to be a question of by how many goals can they win this fixture. Unless Kiwi can find a creative edge to their game. Well, Jones has missed that one out. Shelley spotted the danger and is across to deal with it. Prattley is there too. Tatori. Butler. It's a good run by Biss. He's stayed on side. Can't get the better of Setefano. Good defending from Andrew Setefano. So Kiwi look as though they're about to go to their bench for their first substitution. There is a player warming up just to the left of the dugout. Martin Tamasese feels that now might be the right time to try and change things up a gear. Ball pump forward for Reniga. Nice turn. Wins a throw. Oh, he doesn't, in fact. Tavita Makaseni saw that quite differently.
Good job. Go on, keep going. Go ahead. And again. Go on, Fifi, get up, Fifi.
Oh, that's an interesting header from Michael Fifi. He managed to beat Jake Butler there with a pirouette of sorts. Robinson under pressure. Has to hoist it straight up the middle of the park. Good win by Lewis. Interesting spell this for both teams. Kiwi just starting to loosen the shackles a little bit. They can't afford to just sit back and be content defending every ball. They've got to offer something to this match. They've got to believe that they can get forward and create something. They've pushed 4 players forward. That's quite different to how they lined up, and a chance for Fifi. Danny Robinson, and a warning sign for Waitakere United. This game is just starting to get an uncomfortable edge to it for Waitakere. Kiwi have come out after the break with a different attitude. There's a little bit more self-belief about them. It's not so well conceived as more about physical effort, it seems. Danny Robinson did well to stop that. Brian Shelley just not getting a clean connection on the ball from the header, and Michael Fifi backed himself. He's back on his feet, Fifi, which is good news for Kiwi. It is a cliche, of course, to say that there are no easy games in international football, and I won't bore you with that rerun, but you have to hand it to Kiwi. The proof is in the pudding, if you like. Their first game in the Champions League, they lost it by 14 goals to 0. Here they're trailing by 2. Just starting to show that perhaps they've got something to offer. Corner for Waitakere though. Wound in. Setafano gets something on it. Stevens. It's a decent ball in. It's going to cause a problem for Toitu, who does well to palm it away. Good goalkeeping. He's not the tallest of custodians. Masi Toitu. Corner in again, Toitu. Oh, he's dropped it, but he's let off the hook, at least for the moment. Stevens with a shot. Kiwi struggling at the moment to clear the ball. Butler can't keep it in. Kiwi get things moving. Fifi. Lovely piece of skill by Michael Fifi. Sahara. Taylor's ball forward. Shelley can't get a clean connection again. Fifi. Sahara. Ball clipped in. This should be easy for Jones, and it is. Lionel Taylor. Linton Dawara. Good spell this for Kiwi. Mikey Soafinga. Still going Soafinga. Past Taylor. Corner. Good spell this for the Samoan club. They've really sparked into life. A bit more self-belief about them. Now Paul Temple, the Waitakere United coach, is going to make a change. It's Adam McGeorge who's being prepped for action. This will be McGeorge's 22nd OFC Champions League appearance. He had 21 appearances for Auckland City, his former club. Here's the corner. It's another corner. Kiwi starting to ask questions. My goodness, what if they were able to score a goal? I think we would see this match spark into life. Taylor's corner to the far post, spots Barry Lewis, and it's out. And that flurry of Kiwi pressure is over for the moment. And a chance for Paul Temple to execute his substitution. It is Harshay Reniga who is withdrawn. Well, McGeorge is capable of playing centre half or anywhere in midfield. So it looks as though Joel Stevens may find himself dropping back. There is McGeorge taking up a position in the centre of the park alongside Butler. Let's see how that shape develops. Stevens wriggles away. Couldn't find Butler with the pass, couldn't find French. Lewis. Taylor. Fifi. Lovely skill from Michael Fifi. Lionel Taylor for Kiwi. Well, they're starting to express themselves a bit more freely, the Samoans. Fifi for Mikey Soafinger. Well played by Aaron Jones. Good defending from him. And Yuta Sahara is being withdrawn by Martin Tamasese. And Albert Bell is coming on for Kiwi. So a pretty quiet game from Yuta Sahara. Albert Bell going straight in to left side of midfield.
Player number 19, Yuta Sahara, is will replace the player number 6, Albert Bell of Kiwi FC.
Sedefano's free kick headed away by Shelley. Now Waitakere on the counter-attack. What can they do here? They really need to start dominating again and creating more chances. Here's Tatori's ball in. They haven't really opened Kiwi up in the second half so far. 14 minutes almost of the second half. This is header. Jarrell Sale opts for the goalkeeper. There's a clearance, but it's straight to Benjamin Tatori. They still haven't managed to shake that habit of turning over possession too easily, but so far they haven't really been punished or asked too many questions in the second half. Perhaps that's to do with the conditions, combination of that and how well Kiwi have come out in the second half. Taylor. Lewis. First touch of the ball for Albert Bell. Sedefano. Diagonal long ball dealt with by Shelley. Matthews keeps the ball moving. Stevens. Shelley for Biss. Robinson urging his team forward. Launches it. Barry Lewis wins a header. Butler there for the seconds. Waitakere just need to pick up the urgency. Here's McGeorge. Hosohita's going to win this for Kiwi. Dawara. Well, he loses out expecting a free kick. He wasn't going to get one. Here's Tatori. French. Might fancy a long-range shot. And he's gone and studs up. Now there's a shove from French on Andrew Sedefano, and he's going to get a yellow card. Element of frustration now creeping in for Waitakere. He went in with the studs up over the ball. Clipped in, that's a useful ball. Goalkeeper's got it. Waitakere United just have to keep plugging away here. May see a very different game in the final 15 minutes. It will just depend on what sort of fitness levels Kiwi have got up their sleeve. What we've seen may well have been the best they're able to give in terms of their fitness levels, remembering that they do have long spells of inactivity as a group and a number of foreign players who come in who don't typically play in the domestic competition. Tori's got some cramp. He also is a player who hasn't seen a lot of activity of late. Back up on his feet to Tori. It's possible Tori could be withdrawn. There are 5 substitutes on the Waitakere United bench today. They are entitled to 7. One's been used, of course, Adam McGeorge. And the options open to Paul Temple, Dylan Stansfield and Maxime Manco. Temple himself is named on the bench and James McPeak is the reserve goalkeeper. It is Maxime Manco and Dylan Stansfield who are being prepped. Here's a free kick for Kiwi. Oh, and it wasn't far away from Jamie Mason. We're in the 65th minute. Kiwi 0, Waitakere United 2. 25 minutes of this opening match in Group A left to play. The New Zealanders in control, but they have had a 20-minute spell where Kiwi have been at their best, relatively speaking. There was a flurry of activity where the Kiwi players were starting to get their box of tricks out, particularly Michael Fifi. Robinson. Oh, it was shut down early by Mikey Saufinger. Shelley looking to get forward. Plays Prattley into space here on the left. Butler comes short to give him a hand. Aaron Jones is there. Tries to play it long into the corner. It's a good ball. Stevens, good cross. French was maybe a yard or two too early. And here is the double switch. Maxime Manco is on for Tori. Dylan Stansfield stands on the sideline waiting. And it will be Sam French, the other goal scorer, who's withdrawn. So Paul Temple going for broke here. He's obviously looking at trying to really shake this game up with some new attacking options. Stansfield started more games for Waitakere United this season than he did before in 2012-2013, and he scored a good number of goals for Waitakere. Here's Manco. Matthews, Butler. Prattley. Well, Waitakere won't be happy with just a 2-goal win. They need at least 3 or 4, I would suggest, to really put their campaign in fine fettle, particularly in the shake-up for the runners-up spots. It's just an insurance policy more than anything else. Waitakere are more than capable of going on and winning their next 2 games, and then goal difference would be more or less academic rather than a crucial element to the game. Well, there's a smile between Toya and Adam McGeorge, clearly 2 players who are competitors through and through. Dawara. Jarrell Sale gives the ball up to Stansfield. Manco can't find a way past Setafano. Taylor. Hoshihito. Jamie Mason runs into the brick wall. That's Sam Matthews. Now Butler. Dylan Stansfield. He's got Biss up here on his right. It's not a clean pass for him. Biss still keeps going. Oh, excellent play from Toya. He had to do something there, the Samoan goalkeeper. And the pace and tempo of Waitakere United's been picked up. Referee waves play on. Now Linta Dawara, he's away from Biss. Can't get the better of Biss though. Well, Nolan Hopkin has given a free kick to Kiwi. So Waitakere now under stern examination. Fifi on the ball. Dawara at the near post. Setafano has gone forward. Barry Lewis has stayed back. Clipped in. Robinson spots it. He goes after it. He's missed it. It's out for a corner. Another look at this. It was a good ball in. Danny Robinson had his eyes on it all the way. Went for it. And Aaron Jones provided the cover. Fifi. Well, he spots an infringement on the part of a Kiwi player, and Waitakere United have a free kick. We're in the 70th minute. Kiwi 0, Waitakere United 2. Matthews. Stansfield. Butler. He's found space forward. Barry Lewis read it. Setafano. And he's rushed his pass. Jamie Mason perhaps could have taken a touch. Oh, good ball. Offside. It was off target anyway. They've really come into their own in the second half, Kiwi. still get the feeling that Waitakere United have got enough capacity in the closing stages of this game to get the goals that they feel they really need to put them in a strong position in this group. Lewis with the clearance. He's been a tower of strength for Kiwi FC today, Barry Lewis. Albert Bell tries to find Fifi with a cross-field ball, but unable to. Pratley on the overlap. The two former Waitakere United players combining. The cross is pumped in, but there's nobody there.
Fucking squeeze in here, boys.
Wait, seven, please.
Maxim Manco in your picture, former Waibop United player. He made the switch to Waitakere United in the January transfer window. Well, that's a silly foul to give away. Shelley stays forward. Brian Shelley, perhaps he can craft something for his team. Still going, Shelley cuts it back, Butler, and it's over the top. Needed to be on target from the Waitakere skipper, but Brian Shelley made a real difference here, getting forward. Cuts it back, and the skipper, who so often from distance has been able to apply a deadly finishing touch, couldn't do so then. Manco. Matthews loses out. Dawara. '75th minute. Waitakere on the counter-attack. They're starting to open Kiwi up. You just get the feeling that Kiwi are a bit tired here. Long-range shot blocked by Lewis, who again remains a rock at the back for the Samoan club champions. Osahita. Well, he's giving up the ball a fair bit, and that's unlucky. Like, I'm not too sure what Noah Hopkin saw there. He may be lucky enough to get a second look at that, but Kiwi club right back went in for the challenge, but there was nothing to that. I can't spot anything. Looks like a player with cramp. Well, there's no infringement there. He's had a magnificent game for Kiwi today, Barry Lewis. He's rolled back the years. And given them a solid base from which to work from. For a team with such inexperience, they've done not too badly. For a first match. Of course, there's still plenty to unravel here. Waitakere could so easily produce a flurry of goals. They might be banking on it. Here's a chance. The shot, good save from Toyatu. It doesn't get any easier for Kiwi. They take on AS Pire. As we have another look at this shot, it took a deflection off Setafano. It went as far as Tom Biss, who tried to hit it with technique and control to get it on target, but sacrificed some of the power. Matthews venturing forward. There's numbers in the box here. There's at least 5 Waitakere United players in the box. Manco. Now Stansfield. Chance here for McGeorge, and it's over the top. The ball broke kindly from that tackle. McGeorge doesn't test the keeper, offers his apologies to his teammates. Linton Dawara, the latest Kiwi player to feel the pressure. Matthews, McGeorge. Dylan Stansfield, first time pass is a good one to Butler. Now Maxime Manco. There's space on the left here for Tristan Prattley. Might fancy a shot himself, and it's wide. Needs to be on target. Matthews for Brian Shelley. Well played, Lewis. What a game he's had. We're inside the final 10 minutes of this match. Kiwi 0, Waitakere United 2. Stansfield, chance! Oh, and he's missed it. Maxim Manco from close in. Stansfield got the better of Gerald Sale, and Toyatu did enough to put Manco off. It hasn't happened for Waitakere, at least not yet. Another substitution. Lafi Ioni is on. And Linton Dawara is the player replaced. So what can Kiwi produce from this free kick? It's been a much better second half from the Samoans. Lewis clips the ball in. Any takers in a blue shirt? It's a corner. No, goal kick given. I do apologise. Kiwi have another free kick. Played long into the box, and it's going to be a corner. Well, you might not begrudge Kiwi a goal based on this second half performance. They've done really well. The conditions here, of course, perhaps playing their part in terms of Waitakere's ability to deliver what they might consider a normal performance. Oh, and Stefano nearly made contact with a header. He came in behind Lionel Taylor and Jamie Mason. Barry Lewis was up as well, looking for scraps. It was a good ball in by Fifi. It gave the defenders something to attack, and it was Stefano who just got tangled up with Maxime Manco. Played wide for Stevens. 3 in the box for Waitakere, a 4th arriving in the shape of Biss. Now Butler has arrived on the scene. Here he is. Stevens still going. Butler again. Kiwi sitting very, very deep. The ball breaks. Masahita's trying to defend for his life, and the shot again is off target. It's a goal kick. Risky challenge, by the way. You miss the ball and you collect the player, and it's a penalty. Fifi dropping very, very deep to pick this ball up, taking on Matthews. Straight back to Biss. Time is of the essence for Waitakere. Stansfield spots a gap. Whips the ball in. Stefano again, alongside Barry Lewis, have performed admirably. Again, Hosohito goes to ground, and at last, Manco, chance for Stansfield. Blocked by Jarrell Sale. Well, it's been a frustrating second half for Waitakere United. Kiwi have just stuck together like glue at the back. It was a good ball in by Manco, and Stansfield couldn't get it beyond Sale. Prattley with the corner with his left foot, could be an in-swinger. Takes it short. Biss. Stevens. Matthews. Butler, surely. Again, it's off target. Well, Kiwi really were the mystery men coming into this competition. It was very difficult to figure out how they were going to perform. So much of their success in American Samoa was based on the collection of foreign players. Andy Barron, Sean Easthope was another, and Adam Cowan. None of them are back here. Oh, and here we go. Waitakere, oh, it's wide. Off target. Well, none of those players have returned, and Kiwi have turned in a credible performance. And when you consider how special the Sam French goal was, it really was top draw. So, relatively speaking, Kiwi may well be happy with their afternoon's work. It's still not over though. We're in the 86th minute. Waitakere looking for quick goals now. Tom Biss. Adam McGeorge. Can't get it over the top of Gerald Sale. Stansfield. George for Shelley. Prattley. First time ball is given straight to Kiwi. Mikey Silefinger. Going on his own Silefinger. Tried to find Fifi. Stefano aggressively after the ball. And a free kick. That's an easy one for the referee to give. Butler. Manco. Space opening up on the left for Waitakere. 3 players in the box for the red and whites. Matthews tries to link one through to a teammate, Joel Stevens. Now Mikey Sailfinger on the break for Kiwi. Is there a twist in the tail to this game? A hopeful cross intended for Fifi. Well, co-coach Paul Temple may just be satisfied to take the 3 points here, but it could be an opportunity lost. Still a long way to go in this group. We'll see if Kiwi can keep this sort of form going over the course of the tournament. As I mentioned, they're not used to playing a lot of high-intensity games in a short spell of time. They've battled away gamely without really creating clear scoring opportunities. They can be pleased and proud because quite often the team coming out of the preliminary competition do struggle to find their feet in this level of contest. We've seen AS Mondor in the past, just last season in fact, losing 12-2 to Auckland City, and in 16 matches they haven't even won one of them. So Kiwi certainly improved on their last showing already. Lewis with a clearance. Here's Matthews. Cut out by Hosohita. Albert Bell. Jamie Mason. Bad ball. Kiwi starting to link together. Move that was an easy one for Tom Biss. Butler. Manco. McGeorge. Oh, it's a good ball by McGeorge. Is it number 3? No, the keeper stopped it. Well, he's been a real hero for Kiwi FC. Masi Toyatu grabs onto that ball. Fifi. Oh, it's a wild one. Perhaps Waitakere can punish Kiwi here. Anko gives it away to Bell. Hosohito making a rare move forward. Mikey Sailfinger showing interest in this. Robinson. Oh, and that was a tight moment for the Waitak goalkeeper. So the normal time is almost up by our clock. Only another 15 seconds to go. Waitak need a goal just to have a sense of security about their future in this tournament. As I said, it's certainly not the end of the world coming away with a 2-0 win, and they're more than capable of winning their next 2 fixtures. But like a lot of the teams in this competition, there is an anxiety over the goal difference, given there is only one runner-up spot in each of the 3 groups available for the semi-finals. Stansfield. So Narwin Hopkin, the referee, has looked at his watch. I think he's considering blowing this game up. But in the meantime, Masi Toyatu has got an injury here. So 3 minutes of time to be added on. Toyatu's tying up his bootlace, in fact.
Listen. Oh, let's get one more.
Where is it, Liner? Down here?
Maxi!
Toyatu's running repairs have been handled, and we're just about to get back underway. Players have taken on some refreshments in the meantime.
Maxi!
Jones is going to take this throw, a long throw. What can he produce with a cross? Will he cross? Let's put some curvature on it. Barry Lewis, the hero again for Kiwi. Fifi. The referee looks at his watch once more.
Fucking hell.
It's all over. Waitakere United have prevailed by 2-0. It's job done for Paul Temple and his team, but there may be some thoughts to ponder over. They've made hard work of it in the second half, but some degree of credit has to be handed to Kiwi FC. That was a very, very impressive second half performance by the Samoan outfit. It's hard work down there in that humidity and heat, and Waitakere more than capable of picking up the situation in the next two games. Let's have a look at the highlights. This long clearance, look at Fifi. He read the possibility of Shelley misreading the header, and he took off after it. There you saw Robinson did some good work here, bravely coming out to punch. Look at the pace of Michael Fifi, and it was just an awkward bounce for both goalkeeper and striker. Waitakere United 2 minutes later were back in the act. This was a decent ball to the far post, and Masi Toyatu was forced into a very good save. Always awkward, you're not sure whether it's a cross or a shot, and Toyatu played it safe. 68 minutes, Waitakere were queuing up. Lovely move by Sam Matthews. Toyatu again getting something on it. Barry Lewis was at the centre of everything defensive for Kiwi, as was the goalkeeper and Andrew Setafano. But this was a good move, and that was a great cross by Tom Biss. A minute later, Kiwi created a chance of their own. Fifi's ball to the far post was met by Setafano, and Robinson had to rely on Aaron Jones to give him some insurance at the back. 14 minutes to go, Waitakere created this series of opportunities. Adam McGeorge blazed high over the crossbar. He did well to keep on side, McGeorge. He read the situation and gave himself some space to line up for the shot. But you really have to test the goalkeeper, don't you? 84th minute, more goal action in the Kiwi area. This cross set up for Stansfield and was blocked by Gerald Sale. First touch was a bit heavy there, the second was blocked. So Jacqueline Tranvan is with Martin Tamasese at sideline.
Martin, 2-0 loss for your side in this opening match. How are you feeling after an opener?
Well, first of all, I just want to thank our Heavenly Father for the great day and also the game that we played today. Yeah, we lost, but for me as a coach, I'm really happy about the performance of my boys, because preparing of our team, we didn't have, it's not an excuse, but we didn't have that much time to get together with my overseas players, but the game, it's really good.
And how are you preparing for your next encounter in 2 days?
Well, I know our opponent on Saturday is also a good team, but we're not gonna underestimate any team, but we prepare well for our second game.
Great, thanks Martin.
So a very positive Martin Tamasese, and he's got every right to be proud. We can now join Jackie, who's with Waitakere United co-coach Paul Temple.
Paul, congratulations, a 2-0 victory in that opening match. How are you feeling about that performance?
Yeah, we're pretty happy. It's a good opening performance from us. Could have probably scored a few more goals. We've created lots of chances, but overall happy with the performance, and it was a good start.
A couple of really good goals there, one from Benjamin Totori. Good finishing from your side, are you happy with that?
Look, we took the goals really well, but I thought we created a lot of chances in the second half and probably should have added to the total a little bit. But overall, you know, the 2 goals were taken really well. Sam's goal was great as well, so I'm pleased with that.
And looking ahead 2 days, you've got another probably tough encounter. How are you approaching that one?
Yeah, look, they're all going to be tough. We'll stay and watch the Warriors versus Pire now and have a look at what we're going to come up against. But we're expecting tough opposition, so just about recovering really well, and then hopefully we'll have the energy to go and get 3 wins.
Great, thank you, Paul.
So Paul Temple satisfied with the victory. It's a 2-0 win over Kiwi FC. Now we have some more OFC Champions League action coming to you at 4 o'clock today. AS Pire start their tournament against Solomon Warriors. Join us back here at 4 o'clock local time for more OFC Champions League action. On behalf of OFC TV and our affiliated broadcasters, wish you a very good afternoon, and we'll see you again very shortly.